We better together, big brand, every super check, show love to the crew, Chico break it down, give us something new, back, smash that light, you pay rent, start the team all live, we gon' make it day lit, Monday through Friday, same time, every week, 2 p.m. out, 4 p.m. This the sports show.
Good morning, Run Live. Did a great job of Coach Phillips, talked about his 27 years of coaching experience, and he really coached last year for me because I was going through what I was going through, and he didn't want to leave me in that situation, so we had already talked about it.
2 p.m. out, 4 p.m. This the sports show. Runners ride with us 5 days, we stay true. Hey. Chico drop a taking me, looking to muse. Hold it down while the whole room moves. That you, we could go left, but the chemistry still smooth. 2 p.m. out and 4 p.m. We never lose. Talking that sports, giving runners the new gym. All live 5 days a week. Funniest in town. Ain't subscribe yet.
No sit your ass out.
Hey, runners, grab your snacks, grab your mints, grab your pace.
You know, our main focus this offseason was building brotherhood, and I think that we've done that. And I think that us being here shows that the whole staff is committed, shows that all the players are really committed to that mission. So,
yeah, defensively, I think everyone knows the playbook much better. Obviously, you know, getting a new coordinator in late, you know, right before we start spring ball is tough. You're installing a bunch of new coverages that you haven't run before and different play style and a different mentality and identity as a defense and as a unit. So getting everyone used to the playbook and being able to rep these calls over and over and over and over. And now all of a sudden we don't have to think about the defense anymore, and we can pay attention to what the offense is giving us and focus more on what they're giving us on their side of the ball.
Brian. Hey guys, Brian Howell from Buffalo.com. You guys have both been in college for a number of years now. Talk about this week experience and what it's been like and how different it's been. Just not only being in the dorms, you know, practicing at a high school, but the Air Force thing yesterday. I mean, what's it been like for both of you this week and for this team?
Yeah, it's been fun. Like, you know, we were just talking about it as a DB group the other day. Like, it feels like youth camp, you know, back when we were growing up. And you know, it's hot in the dorms. There's no AC, and the food is not near as good as Chef Carl's. So it's an adjustment. But you know, having to go through something that all together, it just makes it enjoyable, you know, and it brings us all closer together. So I'm really glad that the coaching staff had us do that. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. You know, as I said earlier, our main mission is to bring each other together, and on both sides of the ball, we're definitely doing that. So it's definitely a blessing just to be here.
You guys coming on visiting Air Force. I mean, that's the team you guys have played. The Colorado's played.
I played.
22.
Yeah.
Was it kind of weird to visit them and kind of hang out with them a little bit last night?
Yeah, it was a little different. I mean, they just live such a different lifestyle, you know, like it's, you know, they're all military. I just found out yesterday, I didn't know all of them weren't pilots. I don't know if that's news to you guys. I thought all of them were pilots. I figured if you're going to go to the Air Force, it's because you want to be a pilot. Why wouldn't you go to the Army or the Navy if you don't want to be a pilot? So that was news to me. But yeah, hanging with all those guys was super cool. And, you know, just seeing the different things they got to go through, like their basic training and their survival camp, you know, they were telling me they don't eat for, you know, they're in survival camp for 5 days and they get 3 meals spread out throughout those 5 days. And then as soon as they get back, they start fall camp. So they lose 15 pounds, you know, not barely eating out in the middle of the woods. And then they come back and start camp. Like, that's a real grind. So it's hats off to those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a cool experience. I mean, those guys are so disciplined in everything that they do. And, you know, just, you know, it was just a lot of fun just to be in that setting. And yeah, you know, it's definitely something that, you know, I will never forget personally.
Right. And specifically, Coach last year he was coming off a huge health scare, and he's, you know, admitted that he didn't have the same energy he does now. Do you sense a difference from him? And you've changed a lot of the coach staff over. Does it feel different? Is there a different energy about this team as you're trying to get this back on track?
Oh yeah, much different. I wish you guys could have been in our meetings on Monday, because you would have been like, oh, goodness gracious. Oh, that was Sunday, I suppose. Sunday and Monday, yeah. Really. Had some wake up calls. So yeah, he's brought an entirely different energy, an entire different passion, and same with the you know, the rest of the coaching staff. You know, Coach Meyer, like he's fired up and he's intense. Same with Marion. So they're not going to put up with any bull crap. And so it's there's a lot more intensity, a lot more fire this year than there's ever been. So
yeah, I mean, our practices have been super intense, extremely physical. I mean, we're only a weekend, and you know, it's I'm starting to get a little sore. So, but you know, that's football, and you know, we all love it. And you know, just being here again is just such a cool experience. So.
Did you have we want to prove everyone wrong, or prove the idea of, like, we want to prove the people right who believed in us in terms of turning this around? Because obviously, skeptics don't see you guys as being a factor in the Big 12. Like, so where do you have the edge or headship, or is it, I want to prove the people right?
Yeah, we don't care about all that. I mean, that's all just rat poison. So we're all worried about how we can get better every single day, and that's been our approach all off season. So
Yeah, I'll second that. We don't give a crap. We're here to work. We're here to, yeah, we want to do both. We want to prove people wrong. We want to prove ourselves right. But at the end of the day, it's us. We're all that matters, and we're just focused on us. So.
Ben, I've obviously talked about Cree in the DB room as being a big addition this offseason, but Boo as well comes in with the high profile. Just what has it been like seeing him transition since he got here and kind of find his voice a little bit more in that room? Yeah,
Boo's a baller, man. I love. He's just a misunderstood guy, And after spending some time down at Coach Prime's ranch down in Texas, I taught Boo how to fish, and we spent about 30, 45 minutes together. And we also rode the four-wheelers together and shot at the pistol station together. So we spent a lot of time together down there, and I really got to know him. And man, Boo's a good dude. Like, I love him. I love him to life. And he's changed, man. He really has. Like, since he got to Colorado, the way he's bought in, the way he's, surrounded himself with teammates and like, he's been a real player's guy. So I'm really proud of Boo and the way that he's come along and the way he's continuing to come along. So yeah, man, he's a blessing to have around.
For both you guys, I mean, only 4 practices in or so kind of early, but who are some teammates who have stood out to you guys early so far?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'd say our entire offense and defensive lines have stood out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, however they practice is how we practice. They set the tone, they set the intensity, and that's why our practices have been so awesome. So.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Our D-line's getting after it, man. And they were challenged. They were challenged at the end of spring ball to really come along, and they have. Like, you can see the work that they've been putting in. So I'm really proud of all those guys. I got to give some love to the DBs too, just because Cree's my dog. He's been hooping, man. Like, he really has.
Over.
Yeah, he's a real baller. And same with Gideon. Gideon's just been out there just striking people. He's just a little bowling ball. Like,
he is.
He's a little bulldog. But yeah, and same with Boo, man. Really, everyone's gotten so much better. So it's we're gonna be solid on the back end. So I'm really proud of those guys and how they're coming along.
Zach, how has Coach Marion challenged you to expand your game and go more offense?
I mean, yeah, just being in this offense is it's obviously a lot of fun, a lot of explosive plays, but he challenges me every day just to have a next play mentality, and that's something that I've personally been working on, and that's something that I struggled with earlier in my career. And the way he pushes me, the way he challenges me is unbelievable. And, we're really happy to have him here.
Hey, Zach, what traits do each of the quarterbacks bring to the offense, and how have you seen that conversation?
Yeah, first of all, Juju Lewis, that's my guy. He's grown so much just in this offseason. He only really played half a season last year. And, I'm just really proud of him. And he's grown as a leader. He's starting to, discover his voice. And, I'm just, obviously really, really happy for him. Isaac Wilson's a baller. He comes to work every day and just he doesn't complain. He just gets after it. And then my guy Sweet, he's the youngin' in the room, but he's tough. I mean, he has a lot of potential. He's just kind of he's still learning how to be a college football player, how to approach every day, and yeah. So obviously all 3 of those guys, really proud of all of them and all their growth so far. So.
2 more, Leo. I just want to ask both of you guys. You guys have both been really public faith-oriented guys. How do you feel that kind of helps you during this time of team camp when it's kind of the dog days?
Yeah, I mean, both of us place our identity in the Lord. It's not about us. It's for Him, and everything we do is for His glory and for His name. So it's He's with us every step of the way through the ups and the downs, and you got to lean on Him through the ups as much as you do through the downs, and that can be a hard thing to learn. And going through the downs, it's also a hard thing to do. And so it's nice having brothers that think the same way and are like-minded, because they're there to lift you up and when your spirits are down and help you stay along the right path. And that's what I'd say is everything's for Him. So
yeah, I mean, every man on our coaching staff is rooted in faith,
mm-hmm.
and that's super rare. I mean, there's probably not another college football team that can say that about their coaching staff. And, every single day we start with prayer and we end with prayer. And that's a really important base and foundation of our team.
Last one, Brian.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, how is the pressure that Coach Prime is applying different than maybe last year? Coming off of the disappointing season.
I think it's more pressured among the leadership because he knows what it takes, and he knows that we've seen what it looks like both ways when leadership is not handled correctly versus when leadership is handled correctly. And so he's really putting it on us. And, we also are expecting the same thing of each other. We know that last year, wasn't it? And the leaders had to step up. And so we don't want to have the same mistake as last year. And so, we have to keep being challenged and keep being challenged to step up our leadership on a daily basis. And so, pressure, he just expects a lot of us, a lot out of us. It's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily pressure. It's just, we don't want to let him down, and he knows that, and he's got high expectations for us. And if we don't succeed, he feels like it's his fault. So he just wants us to keep a high standard for ourselves, just like he has for us. So,
yeah, I mean, I feel like, ever since January, we established our leaders, and he's going to put it on us, and it's our responsibility internally to fix all the problems and, help everyone grow. And I think that all of us leaders have from all the way from when we started in January to now, have experienced a lot of growth there. And I think a lot of growth was needed there. And I think that, all of us have been doing a way better job. So,
quick follow-up, are you two enjoying that? The fact that you've been challenged more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely. And the thing is, it carries more than football. We're going to take it into the rest of our lives and into our careers after football. So I'm most definitely thankful for it, because I know I'm going to need it in, when football is done, when I get into coaching and whatever else I do in the rest of my life, as I start a family, all that kind of stuff. And as I'm, still in contact with these guys, it's never going to go away. So it's just important life stepping stones to learn and continue to grow in every day. So yeah, most definitely grateful for it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
I swear I fucked that world with one hand, Neely. They're going. How you give me this, man? Like, you can